Now, at least 42 Palestinians are being killed by Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, the deadliest day so far of a week-long conflict in the region. Israel's Prime Minister is refusing to back down after 10 of his citizens were killed by Hamas rocket attacks as the UN calls for peace.
The current hostilities are utterly appalling. This latest round of violence only perpetuates the cycles of death, destruction and despair.
International media coverage has been impacted after Israel destroyed a press building in Gaza. For more, I'm joined by I24 News journalist Sarah Coates in Tel Aviv. Sarah, what do we know about the latest casualties in Gaza, and will that further inflame the tensions?
Yeah, good morning there, Koshi. From what I'm hearing here on the ground, that death toll is creeping up to nearly 200 people in Gaza. Now, what we do need to remember, Koshi, is a lot of those people there are Hamas militants who have been killed in these targeted killings by Israel. Now, unfortunately, the death toll of civilians is quite high, but this is due to the fact that Hamas hides behind its people there. Hamas uses its people to hide behind with a number of these rockets that Hamas shoots over into Israeli territory, not making it over that border fence there and actually exploding in the Gaza territory. So, you know, this death toll is rising, but it's really being looked at really one-sidedly. You know, the public perception is tilted toward Hamas at the moment, and that is exactly what Hamas is looking for. It's looking for the public perception to be tilted on its side, and it really uses the civilians there as pawns.
Okay. Oh, that's a really interesting point. Now, neither side is listening to the UN calls for an immediate ceasefire. Why are they ignoring that? Is it all to do with local politics?
Well, look, I can tell you what I've heard on the Israeli side. The Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, and the Defence Minister, Benny Gantz, he has come out to say that this will continue for the next few days until Israel really takes out a lot of this Hamas infrastructure there in the Strip. It was only a couple of nights ago that Israel launched these massive air raids on the Strip. They're destroying a lot of this infrastructure under the ground, which Hamas uses to smuggle these fighters and smuggle these weapons. Now, we are hearing, you know, that they still got these targets that they want to take out to really try and cripple Hamas, to give these residents here in Israel a longer calm. We are hearing from residents in the south that they want to change the status quo. They don't want things to be the way they have been for the last few years, where they're running to shelter, you know, every few months. It's really a terrible existence for people here on both sides right now.
Sarah, thanks so much for giving us these frontline reports. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.